Hello, hello everyone, this is Drist, playing Shroud of the Avatar, spiritual successor to Ultima Online. Don't forget to subscribe, you should find that link down below. Thumbs up if you like what you're seeing, and comment in the comment section. So today we are going to be talking about the chaotic feedback skill, which you can find under the chaos tree. And this is a skill that I have searched the web up and down, the forums and everything, looking for a really good tutorial explaining the use and how to stay alive under chaotic feedback, and with very little luck. So I decided I just would make my own, and that meant I had to actually learn how to use it. And trust me, that was a very serious trial and error, and dying and dying and dying. And did I mention I died a lot? so either way, here we are. I've developed a build that allows me to stay alive under it. And I've learned a few things, so I'm going to share those with you. So first, looking at the skill itself, it says it's a powerful buff that increases the speed that spells and skills can be acquired and cast in combat with some painful side effects. And of course, if you're specialized in the Chaos Tree, those painful side effects are reduced. So those painful side effects, what are they, you ask? Well, one is every time a card is discarded, you're going to take a 5 health damage, and that's minor. I mean, unless your entire deck is unlocked and everything is rolling through and everything is discarding, that 5 card damage to your health is minor. But that's the other one that's kind of severe. And for my case, with my skill level, it says it's a +2 focus damage rate for 1 minute 20 seconds. Your results will vary depending on your skill level, but that's where mine is at. And basically what that means is that every time I use a skill that has a focus cost attached to it, I'm going to take a certain amount of damage. And the higher the focus cost of that skill, the more damage I'm going to take. So I'm going to demonstrate that in a second, but also one thing to note is while under chaotic feedback, you're going to have a reduction in your life attunement for a period of time. So if you're trying to use additional healing skills, your life attunement under that tree is going to be reduced, and they won't be as effective. So just remember that as well. So let's go back up to our training dummy, and I'm going to demonstrate these painful side effects for you. Alright, here we are at the practice dummy, and I realize I don't need the practice dummy to demonstrate this, but here we are anyways. So the skill I'm going to use to demonstrate this is actually the offhand attack skill. And the reason this is the perfect skill to use to demonstrate this with is because initially it does not have a focus cost to it. So I should be able to use this offhand attack once and not take damage while under chaotic feedback. So the first step is to go under chaotic feedback, which I have over here. So I'm going to give myself a full 5 stacks of this. Actually, it's 6 stacks. I believe I'm specialized in this. So there we are. We're now under chaotic feedback, which if you watch every time this discards, I take that 5 health damage. Like I said, that's minor if you don't have everything unlocked. And now let's go to this one. Let's wait till that hits me there. And now if I use this once, and notice I didn't take any damage, but I hit this thing pretty good. Let's move it back so I'm not hitting that. And let's try it again. So no focus cost to use that skill. Let's wait for that card to expire. There we go. And if I use it, see, I didn't take damage. But one thing with the offhand attack is every time you use it, there actually becomes a focus cost to it. Notice the focus cost is going up every time you use it. And if you notice, every time I use it and there's a focus cost, I take damage. And the higher that focus cost, the more damage I take. Alright, so now I'm going to demonstrate this with a much higher focus cost skill, which for me is going to be Ring of Fire. And right now it's showing 67 focus cost, so let's hit that and see what it does to me. Ouch! That right there is a pretty big hit. So obviously, the more cost of focus that skill has, the greater the hit that you're going to take by using it. And let's put that away here. So basically what this boils down to is you're not only going to be taking damage from the skills that you use, and also you're going to be taking damage from the stuff that you're fighting. If you're fighting some really hardcore stuff and you're going to be receiving a lot of really major damage coming in, you got to find a way to offset all this damage that you're taking. And the best way I found to do this is with the death tree, and the death tree is perfect because it's basically a life transfer skills where pull life from the enemy into yourself. So every time you use one of those life transfers, you're actually replenishing your own health, and the closer to death you are, the more powerful those become. And that's why that's the perfect tree for this chaotic feedback. It can be done with the life tree, even though you're taking that penalty to the life attunement. I've actually done it a little bit with the life tree, but we'll talk about that in a minute. So looking at my deck here, I have everything locked except for my active cards here, and the reason these are only in one slot is when I'm under chaotic feedback and I'm under flurry, because I actually do full stacks of everything here. These things get dealt pretty darn quick, and they also cast pretty darn quick, which means I'm not giving these time to populate a second or a third slot. So they're only going to be coming up here, and I'm going to spam them as they come up right here. And so what I have there is I have Death Touch, which is a life transfer. I have Death Ray, which is a life transfer. Those are my main attack skills and my health replenishing skills. I also use this one right here, which gives me a bonus to my focus regen per second. And that's important because when you're spamming through these skills, your focus drain can be pretty severe. And so you need to replenish that. And so that also means I have Tap Soul up here. Tap Soul takes away from your life and gives you back focus. I only have one here because I just need it to pull enough health away from me to replenish my focus just enough that I'm not able to run out too quickly, and I can maintain myself over large fights. And through trial and error, I've learned that only one of these here is all that's needed for me to make that happen. And then of course the final skill I have here is Blind, which actually reduces the target's damage avoidance and dexterity, so makes them more vulnerable. So that's my that's what I have here. And then of course I have my flurry here, my chaotic feedback here. Those are locked. I have Engage Opponent, which is a great closing opening skill. Like if you're heavy armor and you want to be able to close the range on those archers really darn quick, Engage Opponent is perfect. I use it all the time. And then of course Death Field is more of an area of effect thing, but I have this locked because I only want to use it sporadically, so it's not part of my rotation. I have it locked here. And then of course Death Shield, because that increases my death attunement, and it also transfers, gives me a bonus to my death transfer percentage for a period of time. And of course Dodge, because we want to dodge as much damage as we can. This one is an open slot, which right now I have offhand attack in there because that's what I was demonstrating, but sometimes I put Fortified Defense here, and other times I'll put Douse, depends on what I need there. And then of course I have these two area of effect skills. So that's basically my build. And what I'm going to do now is we're going to go find something kind of powerful to fight it, and I'm going to show you it actually in action. So I will see you in a moment. So here we are in Twin Foothills, and we're actually going to go try to track down one of these new bears, the ferocious Obsidian Bear or the Obsidian Destroyer. See if we can find one of those. But before I jump in there, one other thing I want to mention is because my focus drain is kind of intense with the spamming and the skills being drawn so quickly and cast so quickly, is I want to have my focus regen to be as high as possible. So I eat Dragon Stew and I keep Wolf Surprise, and those two give me a combat focus regen, and that along with the Tap Soul, it really helps keep my focus up there. So that's that. Let's go find ourselves a bear and see if we can't kill it. Alright, we found ourselves a ferocious Obsidian Bear up here. So we're going to go into combat here and charge up a flurry and charge up our chaotic feedback and see if we can go kick his butt. And we're going to charge up our death shield. I think these boars are going to help me out here. That's fine. So we're gonna, there we go, and we're gonna start kicking his butt. He pretty much took those boars out with the quickness, but oh, darn trees are getting in my way here. I need to kill those boars. There, I think it's just me and him now. And like I said, I'm just spamming that deck there. And as you can see, he hits me pretty hard, but then the closer I get to death, the more powerful my life transfers become. So I hope I don't die here. There we go. We're getting pretty low. That's a beautiful thing about the death tree, though. The closer I get to death, the more powerful those things become. And has it fallen off yet? Oh, it's about to fall off. That flurry is falling off. I'm gonna hit it just one time that time. He's almost down. It's hard to see me because he's all up on top of me, but if you look at the top left corner, you can see my character, his life and everything. And that one tap soul is doing perfect as far as keeping my focus up there. I've not had a problem with my focus this fight, because it comes up just enough to keep my focus going, but not enough to hinder my health at all. So, and that chaotic feedback still run in. I'm gonna hit that again. I notice I never dropped any of these area effects because I've only fought one of these bears so far, and I'm still not comfortable fully taking the time out to drop a ring of fire or something. But he's almost dead there. And come on. And voila. And one other thing to note when you're under chaotic feedback is you can go out of chaotic feedback, or you can come out of combat mode while under chaotic feedback, and you won't actually take any damage, which is great because you're not actually discarding anything. So you don't have to dismiss it. I see a lot of people dismissing it, and that's great if you're going to stay in combat. But for me, if I'm running around, I come out of combat here, I'm still under this for another 2 minutes and change, but I'm out of combat, so I'm not actually going to be taking any damage. So just something to remember. And also, the reagent cost of this skill is actually those obsidian chips. It's 1 obsidian chip. Oh, what's happening? Oh, I'm trying to skin this guy. There we go. Do I get anything? Nope, just junk. Anyways, the cost of this skill is 1 obsidian chip. So I get those a lot. I have a bunch in my stashed away, and right now I have 29 on my person, but that's the reagent cost of this skill. Okay, this has been Drist playing Shroud of the Avatar, spiritual successor to Ultima Online. Don't forget to subscribe. You should find that link down below. Thumbs up if you like what you're seeing, and comment in the comment section.